welcome to back to Texas Children's Museum Live here on YouTube. I have TikTok also going at the same time. So yeah, I'm streaming both. So I just want to remind the TikTok friends and family over here that I will not be going live with anyone during this time, as I've got a lot of kids in the museum, a lot of families, and yeah, they're more than welcome to come in at this time and fill out one of those waivers. So I did have a question about that. Someone sent me a message yesterday to Texas Children's Museum. And so I did want to tell all the friends and families, yes, you can go live at Texas Children's Museum when we have one of these live streams on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. They happen from 1 to 2. And you are more than welcome to fill out a waiver that is in front of the museum's YouTube studio. Make sure you fill out that waiver, and then you can come to the YouTube studio, you and your kids, and you can talk about the Children's Museum and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's awesome. Would love for you to do that. Don't forget, kiddos, you do get your little band right here that is for visiting the YouTube studio. It's the only way you can get the bands, so make sure you do that. Some of these little fans. So make sure that you get those before you leave. They say Texas Children's Museum. I was on Texas Children's Museum Live and Get Your Museum Star. So make sure you grab one of those fans when you come on live on your way out. So you have to remember it's every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We only had to skip one Thursday this week. Last week. Last week we had to skip Thursday. We were so incredibly busy at the museum. We didn't have a chance to even come in and do a live. I have someone at the front desk right now who's watching the museum while we are back here, me and my son, doing it in live with Texas Children's Museum. Whew. All right, so the blocks we unboxed yesterday, if you didn't see that. They're the new magnetic blocks that a lot of kids have asked for in the museum. They are here. So we have finally decided which blocks we're going to pull out and which ones we're going to replace those with the new magnetic blocks. So we're watching for that update. I will actually be doing that today. It took us a while to decide what we were going to move and get rid of. There's a lot in that room. There's a lot in the STEM rooms when you go in there. That we had to really think about. We had to think about which ones do we want to keep, which ones do we want to pull out and store. I had someone ask a question, what happens when we pull a set of blocks? Okay, when we pull a set of blocks from the STEM room, they have to go into the first box, which means they will get closed up in that box and sent for a heavy wash. So they will be heavily washed, heavily sanitized, dry, and then put into another box. And then that box is the one that will be stored in our museum and will be labeled and will say, you know, these blocks have been washed and what they are. So that everyone will know when they want to pull something and change out. I try to make it pretty easy for everyone. For the physical therapists out there and therapists that come in for kids, they have some stuff that they keep in that closet as well. There's a closet in the museum that is beside our little pretend car that we have says, you know, no entry unless you are an employee. But I have therapists who store their stuff in there, like the beads that you take through necklaces and, you know, to teach just for physical therapy, dexterity and things like that. So, yeah, they're stored in there as well. So we appreciate our physical therapists. You guys heard a train behind me, BNSF Railroad is right behind us. They do have a railroad that goes right behind Texas Children's, actually in front of. Because when you go out our front doors, there's lots of kids who hear the trains, and when they hear a train come, they want to run out the front door and go see the train. So yeah, make sure I want you to know that's what you're hearing behind. All right, so I don't want to forget about August 10th. August 10th is when we're going to be having Nate Sheets, Representative Kerwin, David Cook, and we have a couple congressmen that will be coming into Texas Children's. We'll be talking about the nonprofit, and it says some surprise VIPs. Do I know who they are? No. I do not know. I have no knowledge of that. So yeah, none. So I always have people asking me to go live with them on TikTok again. I will not do that when I'm on with family and when I'm on with children. So no. So there you go, TikTok, no, absolutely not. All right, So yeah, I want to make sure that you guys know about that. We'll be talking about nonprofits in rural Texas, because I don't know whether you guys know or not, we are located in Rochester, Texas. You have to pass 5 pasture fields to get to us. So make sure that you come out August 10th and enjoy that. It's going to be lots of fun. I want to make sure that you guys know about that. It happens at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. They're expecting between 600 and 700 people, they said. So make sure you are a part of that. Yeah, sure. All right, so we are just days away. I know some teacher friends are like already getting their rooms together. They're already at the schools. They're getting everything set up. So I want to remind you guys, all the ISBs out there, field trips are being booked way in advance this year. Last year they were being booked a little bit in advance, like it was like 2 weeks after school started. We started getting some book trips. It's not unheard of. We've had up to 140 kids at one time. So make sure that you guys get this in at TexasChildren'sMuseum.org, or you can always make sure you do that. Go to TexasChildren'sMuseum.org. Reach out to me also at TexasChildren'sMuseum@gmail. Send me your information for your ISD. We are pretty well with every school, I think, as a vendor. If we are not a vendor for your school, please make sure to send us your vendor information if you would like to visit Texas Children's Museum for your next field trip. We do have STEM areas. We have 2 areas that are nothing but engineering blocks where they can build, create. And then we have the art studio. And in the art studio, you can make a painting, a drawing, a necklace, a bracelet, any of that stuff, and you can take it home. The kids can take those things home with them. So please remember to do so. I had someone ask, will we be changing out stuff for fall? Well, Dr. Seuss will be leaving after summer is over. When does summer end for us? Even though it is back to school, summer will end for us on the last day of August. On last day of August, everything that's Dr. Seuss will come down, okay? And then everything will go blank for a little while. We do not reset for fall. There's so many things going on here in Texas. For fall, it's unbelievable. You can go to hayrides. You can go to pumpkin walkthroughs, pumpkin patches, and all the churches put on trunk or treats, and there is so much for fall. We don't even get involved in the fall. We may put out a couple decorations of pumpkins and stuff out our front doors, but yeah, we don't get involved for that. We are going to be bringing something special for this Christmas. So I will be announcing that very, very soon. So stay tuned as we gear up for the Christmas holidays. That will be our next big thing that we gear up for. I'm actually in collaboration with another museum that, of course, is not in Texas, that we are working to bring something special for this Christmas for Texas Children's Museum. So make sure you stay tuned as that switches over, and I will be making that announcement very soon. And I know all you parents and grandparents will love the Christmas theme this year for Texas Children's. This is the first year that we have ever done a theme for Christmas, like we did for, Summer of Soup. So we're going to do something special for this Christmas. Can't wait to share that with you. I will actually see about sharing that probably about September 1st, somewhere in that area. I will come on and share that, and I'm going to start working on that very soon. All right, so there is something I need to speak to you about, need to bring up. We are having a dinner on September 26th. It's going to be happening at 1000 Old Betsy Road in Keene, Texas. Why Keene? They have a beautiful facility there. It is brand new. It's not very old, and not a lot of people know about it, so this will get the eyes on their new facility. We want to help them out to get eyes on that new facility. So this is our card that we will be mailing out an invitation to businesses that are far and wide within Johnson County, Texas. You guys can see that. It's a formal dinner. This is what you're going to receive. It is $40 a chair, and then it is a seat, and then $320 for a table of 8. So yeah, this is what everyone's going to get. They will get an invitation that will come to them, to their business, so that they can make sure that they become a part of that. This is a fundraiser for Texas Children's Museum. Why are y'all doing a fundraiser? We are not government funded. We don't have big government dollars coming in our building. We just don't. Jesus Christ is first. So we don't have those big government dollars that are coming in. So we need to purchase our building. We do. We need to purchase it. We need to purchase it for our community and for our families. Like now we have a bunch of families here that need this place desperately. This is a museum they can afford to come to. A lot of our families are on SNAP and are on WIC. We have a lot of WIC kids, and they get in for $5 a child, and adults are free. So we try to keep it very economical for all these families. Otherwise, it's $12 a child, and adults are free. Hang on, guys. I know. A lot of information all at one time. I know. We are still in Summer of Suits, so I want to remind you guys to please make sure to bring your kids through these last couple days of summer, and make sure they get a chance to do this. I had a child do this yesterday that absolutely loved it. They were so excited. What is this? You guys see, I recreated all these book covers throughout the museum. So, you remember all the Dr. Seuss books, guys? All those Dr. Seuss TikTok family, all those Dr. Seuss books you guys loved growing up? Well, I recreated every cover, and at the cover of each book, there is a little tab that will be at the front, and it will spell out a secret message. When they finish the secret message, they will take this clipboard back to our little museum store, and they will turn it in to my son, and then he will get to pick out a free toy to take home with you. It's a free little item. You can take it home and say, hey, I did this scavenger hunt. I finished it, and I hope you guys enjoy. It's a secret message. Oh, goodness. I did not sleep all last night. I was up late working at the museum. It's some stuff done. So when you, just for a second, I'm going to talk about the dinner again because I forgot about that. When you go online to Texas Children's Museum, TexasChildren'sMuseum.org, you will see a button, a big button like this, the button that has Charlie on it, and it says reserve a seat. So when you press this button, you're going to be able to hit that button and reserve your $40 seat. So look for this button at TexasChildren'sMuseum.org. Make sure you do that, and then I think I have one of Tiny somewhere in this mess. Tiny is the girl, and she has a dress on, and well, I'm unorganized today, guys, because I worked so late at the museum recocking the floor. So yeah, that's something I do. Ooh, how pretty is that? Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. My husband just made this. He bought this into me. It's a really shiny. I know you see that? It's really shiny, really pretty. I love the paper this is on. He just bought it into me to show. But yeah, I had it. I did yesterday. Guys, I had everything yesterday, but it's another day. It's a new day. It's been crazy busy at the museum today as well. Families coming in because Texas is hot. No. My daughter went out with my granddaughter, and she was like, we tried to go to the park for just a few minutes to get her out to the park. She goes, but, it's Texas. It's hot. And I said, yeah, I know it's hot today. She said, it's really hot, Mom. She said, we tried to do that, but we couldn't stay very long. She goes, I hate to say it, but 90 degrees in Texas is considered a cool day right now. And she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. Oh, there it is. This is what I'm looking for. When you go online, you will see this button. This button is for the reserve a table. TexasChildren'sMuseum.org. So hit this one if you want to reserve a table for your business. So your business can get up to 8 seats. It's $320 for 8 seats. So make sure you do this. Every bit of this is in a locked account. What do I mean? I mean that account in Southside Bank in Midland, Texas is actually frozen. We froze it. The reason we did that is so we make sure we reach our goal. Nothing's being taken out of that for the business. Nothing's being moved out of that to pay bills. That is nothing but going to the building fund. So go to Southside Bank, Cleveland, Texas. You can go there, and they'll be more than glad to take a donation. If you are in another city, I had someone ask if they found a the Southside Bank in Fort Worth, could they make a donation? Yes. You tell them you want to make a donation to Texas Children's Museum Building Fund, and they will make sure to get that into the right place. So that account gets frozen. We want to reach our goal, and yeah, it's very important we reach our goal to be able to secure the building. So I will be handing out all kinds of invitations. I will be going. First, I'm going to hit Broad Vista where I am locally. I'll be going to all the little businesses. There's not very many here, but I'm going to hit all the little businesses. Make sure we get that out. And then, you know what's weird? I did have a hotel come talk to me about us. Yeah, they were saying we're thinking about building a hotel in Riverside. So if they want to make sure we're still going to be here. And I said, well, we're trying to purchase the building. So, yeah, we're doing a fundraiser. And they asked me, are you doing a fundraiser? Yes, I am. So, yeah, we're trying really hard to get this done. All right, so we do want to thank Patricia Gillen. And she will be doing the music the night of this benefit to Texas Children's Museum. So I want to make sure I give a great big shout out to her. And she will be doing that for us and doing some worship music as well. So you guys make sure that you are there to see that. It's going to be awesome. All right, so when you go to our store, there is a store inside Texas Children's Museum, and I'm trying to make sure I mention this a couple times this week. Because the store is not very old, okay? It's a relatively new thing. Used to, when you would walk in the museum, we had a very tiny store. It was at the very front of the museum when you walked in the door. And it just became so much that we needed to make it bigger, and we needed to add more things. So we took a room in the back, and we created a new store. So, saying that, you can get your TCM merch back there. You can get your TCM cups like this. See that? You can get a TCM cup, and there are different ones back there. There's everything from the snack cups to the big tumblers. They're all back there. The big, like, Yeti cups, they're all back there that say Texas Children's Museum. So make sure you stop by and get that, and don't forget your TCM t-shirts. So we have TCM t-shirts, so make sure you get those. These are great. They're really well made, and they are made in-house. They are not made from anybody outside the Texas Children's Museum. They're actually done by us. So make sure that you get your TCM t-shirts. We try to make sure that everything is kept in-house. And for you kids that ask for the keychains, we do have some left, because as soon as we got them, I didn't realize they were already starting to sell back out. So if you want to come in and grab your keychains, you need to come and get these for your backpacks for back to school. That's coming very soon, and make sure you grab these little keychains of Charlie, Tiny, and Max. We have the little turtles on the keychains, so make sure you grab those before they're gone. Connect them to your backpacks. And for the young teenagers that have asked, yes, we do have the As Seen on TikTok makeup. It is here in the museum. So make sure when you visit, you go over there and check out that As Seen on TikTok makeup. It is in the store right now. All right. I'm going to start this over here and talk about it. Are you done with it? I don't have to go back to it again. Yeah. So I'm going to do all of this. Just leave all that. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is I do want to remind you guys we do sell memberships. Our memberships are $120 for 4 kids and 2 adults, which means the entire year. I had someone tell me that they bought a membership. I don't know if it was to the zoo or something, but the way they explained it is it started from when they first started their season instead of the date of purchase. That is not what happens here, okay? I just was like, what? No. When you actually get your membership, it's going to start from that day. If you were to buy a membership today, on July 24th, it's going to last to July 24th to 2027. There isn't going to be, oh, we're going to backdate it to when we, start the season. No, that's ridiculous. Let's be honest. I know a lot of moms who'd be like, no, we're not doing that. So if you buy it today on July 24th, it's going to last to July 24th, 2027. It's not going to be, oh, it's going to end at this time because of whatever. No, that's not the way it's going to work. So, yeah, that's crazy. I feel like that's taking advantage. Maybe that's just me and my thinking, but I think that feels wrong to me, so no. Of course, we do have one-on-one memberships. They're $70. That's for the entire year for one child and one adult. That's the entire year. Same thing. If you were to purchase it today on July 24th, it's going to go to July 24th, 2027. I just don't think it's right to just have it cut off like that at the end of 2026. So I'm going to date it. I'm going to date that thing July 24th, 2027. The date you purchase it. If you come in tomorrow on Saturday and you say, hey, I want to come in, I want to get a membership on July 25th, it's going to last from July 25th, 2026 to July 25th, 2027. That's just logical to me. That's just logical. We do have our foster family passes. We do have those. We are one of the only ones in the great state of Texas who has a foster family pass. What is a foster family pass? There are foster families who come into Texas Children's. I have one right now that I know of that their kids change out. They're kind of the transition foster home, and so they actually look like they had 6 kids one week, they had 4 kids the next week, the next week they had some infants, the next week they had 7 kids. It just depends on how things happen, and we understand that. And so they buy a membership, and they actually add children. That's another thing. They always ask me, can we add a kid? I believe it's like $34 to add a child, an additional child to a pass. Like if you have 4 kids, but then if you're like, hey, I'm going to bring my grandchild and another grandkid, you can add those additional kids as, on your pass for $34 for the entire year in the same household. Grandparents, I don't mind doing what I call grandparent pass. I have a grandparent every year. Y'all, get this, I have a grandparent who has a grandparent league with her grandchildren, and she sends her adult children on an all-exclusive paid cruise every year. What? I think we should all be entitled to that. I was like shocked, but yeah, she does that for her grown kids. They all go out and they go on a cruise, and she keeps all the grandkids in the car, and she has a grandma week, and so they come here, and she buys a membership for all of them, and there's like 7 of them. So she just adds the extra $34, and she can bring it back here as many times as she wants when they're with her. She just thinks it's a lot better than doing $12 a child every single solitary visit. So I get it. When you know for a fact that you're going to be coming often, I suggest you get a membership. That is the best way to do it. You're going to save valuable money if you get a membership. It's just how it works. All right. So make sure that things we're running low on. I did a TikTok last night after I cleaned the museum, and I was working like 10 o'clock, putting the new grout on the floor while my husband was working on the new soccer pool room. We have a problem in the veterinary hospital. Okay, so I was organizing everything had been sanitized, and I realized, I was like, wait a minute. We have a set of cats, and we have a blank card. We are missing some stuffed animal cats. So if you would like to donate right now, we need some stuffed animal cats. Also, there are no frogs. There are no stuffed animal frogs. There were stuffed animal frogs. We have none. They're all gone. So, and we're down to one bird. We are down literally to one stuffed animal bird. So if you can donate a stuffed animal bird, a stuffed animal frog, that would be great. And some cats. That would be great. Because, yeah, they're not there anymore. Like I said, we're down to one measly little bird. It's kind of sad. I'm hoping he stays. So I want to make sure that we replace, get some more stuffed animal birds, and get some more stuffed animal cats, and definitely some stuffed animal frogs, which are really birds and frogs. I will tell you right now, that's hard to find. They're very hard to find. But I'm going to start going on a hunt this week. So, yeah, so make sure that you would donate. Those are the things we need desperately. So I want to make sure we talk about that today. Where can I find Texas Children's Museum? This is somebody I've had so many asking. I don't know how you can miss us. We are literally on everything. So make sure you look for everything. I mean, if you look here, you can see we are on TikTok, we are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, True Social, YouTube, Lemonade. We're on all of these. So you can find us. Look for us.
Do you
just make sure.
Immediately off me, where, as in where we're located.
Yep, where are we located? 201 North Highway 174 in Mariah Vista, Texas. You're going to pass by Pasture Field to get to us. But yeah, we are 22,000 square feet of fun. So make sure you bring your kids and enjoy the day. Yes, you can bring a packed lunch. Yes, you can bring a cooler. Just no alcoholic beverages allowed. So make sure you bring on in. And yeah, really, I have to say that. Make sure that you come on in and enjoy being here this summer. All right, one more shout out. We need to make sure we do this to Worth Credit Union. Thank you, Worth Credit Union, for coming in and partnering with Texas Children's Museum and giving a donation of $250. We appreciate you, Worth Credit Union, so, so much. So shout out to Worth Credit Union in Fort Worth, Texas, for giving a donation of $250 to our building fund. And they know they don't have to worry because it is locked down in a frozen account. So, yeah, so thank you, Worth Credit Union. And if you want your business to be recognized on all social media platforms, this will be shared again on Facebook as a thank you, and again on TikTok and everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you for Worth Credit Union. We appreciate you. All right, so we are in the last days of Summer of Stews for the library. The library Summer of Stews will probably most likely end their reading program, I believe, is the last day of July 31st. So make sure we have partnered with the local public library in Cleveland, Texas. So this means that when you go in there, your kids can get a free pass for the day. So make sure that you get one of these. This lasts till summer. When the first day of fall starts, they're no longer being able to use it. They are actually bored. So actually, August 10th. They expire August 10th is what I put on the pass. So make sure that you get to the Cleveland Public Library and you guys are able to get that free pass and get that. What does it look like? If they forget to give it to you, ask for the pass for Dr. Seuss Summer. And they look like this, and they will give you one of these little ones. Of course, these are not cut like I usually have them. But I've already had several of them returned to me. They look like this. I handmade these, so make sure that you get these. And bring in your family to visit Texas Children's Museum and get that pass. Homeschool Day will be actually offered very soon. I will be getting with homeschoolers very, very soon and getting that done. So don't forget, we will be having a homeschool day. When? I don't know yet. I'm going to set that up. It will probably be in August at one point. I will do one in August and probably one in September. So I want to make sure I do a couple of those, and I'll probably do a couple free giveaways that day too. I like to do things for homeschool days because they don't get very many field trips like it's set up for homeschool. So I want to make sure I get that set up. So those days will be $9, and I will let you know, homeschool families, very, very soon. All right. So there's something I want to talk about real quick. I want to talk about this. We're going to talk about museum birthday parties. Why? Because I feel like I need to go over them so that everybody understands how they work. It's very important you guys know how they work. And yes, we do have birthday rules. Everybody's like, you have birthday rules? Yes, we do. We have birthday parties. We have birthday rules. All right. So I'm going to go over those really, really quickly with you. All right. We have a kid getting in trouble over here, so sorry. Dad's not happy with whatever happened. All right. So if you want to celebrate your kid's birthday at Texas Children's Museum, it's pretty easy. It is a $25 non-refundable deposit. So you pay the $25 online at texaschildrensmuseum.org. Now that's going to hold 2 tables for 1 hour. Okay? Those hours are in blocks. So it'll be either 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, or 4 to 5. Now, why do I say only 1 hour? If you can honestly keep your children at that table for, say, 25 minutes, you have done a miracle. Because I have had kids that did not even want to open their presents. They had to put them in the car because they wanted to play. They wanted to be on the slide. They wanted to be in the sandbox. They wanted to play in the Barbie room. They had no interest in opening up their gifts. So I want you guys to be full aware of that. So, yeah, but you have the rest of the day in the museum. Let's say you have a party. Let's say you have a party at 11 to 12. Okay? You have till 6 p.m. Parties happen on Friday and Saturday. We're open till 6 p.m. You you have till 6 p.m. with your kids in here. You clean up your party after that 1 hour block. We can have 3 parties going at one time. Because it's really hot now, and weather is unpredictable sometimes in the great state of Texas. So you book a birthday party with us, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get 1 hour at the table, the rest of them in the facility. When you book a birthday party that is a 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 time slot, and there's only, let's say I only have 3 parties that are using all 3 of those big tables. I don't care if you sit there too close. I don't care. I don't care if you leave your stuff sit on that table. I don't care. As long as you clean it up before you leave, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm very open to that. I don't mind at all. You okay? Oh, you're welcome. Do you want to come on YouTube? Do you want to come on YouTube? You're scared. I'm scared, girl. Why? You shouldn't be scared. Next time. You come in and join me on YouTube. Okay. All right. So that was one of my parents. I had a parent today who told me some stuff. I'll get back to that in a minute. Let me get back on my brain track or I'll lose my train of thought. That's what happens when you're in your, I'm 56. So when you hit 56, some things just like, you're like, oh my gosh, lost track. I have to come back. So yeah, okay, so there we go. The reason I say that is because we're only open until 6 p.m. And if I have a party that's 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, and then no one else is coming in, there's no other parties taking place after that at all, and you're like, hey, I'm just going to leave my stuff sit here while they go play, I don't care. It's the parties that happen 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3, that I usually will have 2 or 3 parties at a time. That's no joke. And that's the most popular time. Why, I don't know. But they are. So, and yes, you can bring your own coolers. You can bring your own tabletop decorations. I do not allow hanging decorations of any type. You can do all the tabletop decorations you want. Deck that table out. I don't mind. Put balloons all the way around. Helium balloons. I don't care. But bring your own coolers, your own cake, your own food, all your stuff. Sit there, bring sandwiches, pizza. I don't care. Bring it there. Have a great time, a great day. I'm learning more and more that other places, apparently, I've been told by many, many parents, the reason that they're booking with us is because places are charging like $300 and $400 for birthday parties, and it's an hour in a small room, and the rest come in the facility, and it's for only like 10 kids. I don't care if you bring 35 kids. I don't care. It's $12 a child regardless. So, unless you're on SNAP or you're with programs, show me that with your driver's license. But it's only those kids in that household that are going to get the discount, not the other children. Only the kids in your household, the ones that you have. So I want to make that abundantly clear. All right. So parents, once again, I ask that when you go through the reviews, let's take this one for instance today. Let's talk about the Hot Wheels for a minute. Okay, let's talk about this room a minute. The Hot Wheels room is a very popular room, and I get it. I love the Hot Wheels room. The Hot Wheels room is amazing. Right now, I'm going to take a break, and I want to talk to you dads. I want you dads to listen very closely. I love that you guys play with your kids. I love that you men get in there and play with your boys. I love that. But when you take the books from the puppet theater room, because I think I have that right here, yeah. I have this up yet, I'm going to show this. We have a Sue's puppet theater room right here, and you guys are well aware of that room. And in that room, it has books so that kids can read and put puppet shows on. I mean, I love that. I love that they can put the puppet shows on using their imagination and using the books. Now, Dad, can you please, when you are done with the books and you're stacking them to put underneath the Hot Wheels track, to put them through the museum, will you please put the books away when you are done stacking the tracks on books to make all the ramps and stuff through the museum? I mean, I've had the ramps now coming down the hallway and down through. I don't mind, it doesn't bother me, but you guys need to make sure when you're done, dads, when you're done playing Hot Wheels with your boys, can you please pick up your books, put the Hot Wheels tracks back, and clean up before you leave. That's all I'm asking. That's it. That's it. okay? And that's just very important because I don't want anybody to trip and fall over Hot Wheels tracks that are all the way down the museum hallway. Uh, I love you guys are playing with your kids. I love it. I think it's so very, very important. It shows them that you know how to play, and those memories, those are core memories, and they're going to stick with those little boys forever. They're going to remember when Dad plays Hot Wheels with them in the museum. They're going to always remember those days, and that's going to bring back very fond memories. Just like I have a railroad table that was bought from a kid who used to go here and he graduated, and you want to make sure that Hot Wheels is in that railroad table in here. So he has fond memories of playing railroad with his dad. So those are great memories for a child. All right, so I want to talk about another issue I just heard about today from a mom. She said, Beta, I allow her to bring in a walker for her baby. Her baby is not yet walking, but is in one of the little walkers. You know, let them in the walker, let them go crazy. So, but her other kid is at the age of walking and running around and playing and having a great time. The baby is in the walker. She had asked another facility if she could bring in the walker, and they said, absolutely not. Why not? Why not? I don't understand. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I don't know. Maybe because I'm a grandmother. I don't know. But I was thinking, why wouldn't you allow them to bring in a walker for that child to be able to run around behind their brother or sister to be able to play? I don't understand. Maybe that's just me. But I thought that was weird. I really did. Yeah, just odd. Just odd to me. So if you want to bring in your young children, you want to put them in a walker, adults know how to walk around the walker. Kids have other siblings, they know how to walk around the walker. It's not like it's a big, huge device. Yeah. Okay? It's not a big deal to me. Bring the walkers in, let the kids walk around the walkers after their siblings. It makes this mom's life so much easier. She thank me for letting her do that. Because now she got a membership, she bought a membership, and she comes probably 3 to 4 times a week. She honestly does. And she brings her kids in here and just lets them play. And she plays with them. That is the magic of Texas Children's Museum. Everybody says, how come we can't get Wi-Fi in your building? How come we can't be on our phones, you know? Because your children are only little ones. I mean, when they turn 1, you have 18 summers. When they turn 2, you have 17 summers. When they turn 3, you have 16 summers. When they turn 4, you have 15 summers. When they turn 5, you have 14 summers. These summers are fleeting. They're fleeting. And honestly, children stop playing, they say, with toys and like Army Men and Railroad and all Barbies and all that usually ends by 10 to 11 years old. It's very rare that children will stay playing with these objects after 10 or 11. Have y'all seen Toy Story 5? Have y'all seen Toy Story 5 TikTok? Have y'all seen that? Toy Story 5 is a good representation of what happens with electronics and children. Watch that movie. I suggest it. I was like, oh my God. I said, I'm like, Jesus, is this an actual advertisement for Texas Children's Museum? It really did show, you know, what electronics do. They're just going to zone out. This is a time for you to play with your children. Put down your cell phone. Play with your kids. Put those core memories in. Take pictures with your phone. Take pictures of you and your kids playing. Have Dad snap some pictures. Have Mom take a turn and snap some pictures. So you can have those one day. It's very important. It's only little one time.
Heck, when you're at home, you could actually just like break out an old console that doesn't have all your Wi-Fi or all that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Show
Try
all
to.
you grew up on.
Yeah. Try to do the old time games. Heck, get some board games out with your kids. There are great board games. Candyland and Shooting Ladders and chess. Yeah, he grew up with chess. My husband played chess and taught my son how to play chess. So. Yeah, and he still plays. So there are some games that just will continue forever. All right, well, I'm fixing to jump off YouTube. I hope you guys. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was funny though. I had a friend of mine who said she was playing Jumanji, and they live beside a zoo, and some giraffes or something. And one of the animals had gotten out and was walking past their house. And they were in the front porch, and the kids started screaming. Yeah, that really happened. So they thought the game had really come to life. So that was a funny moment.
It's just like movie Warren.
Yeah, she would never thought that would happen, but it actually did happen. So we were rebuilding an area in the zoo, and somehow they got over the small fence. That was,
Or that like spaceport game you make.
yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. It started with a Z of all things.
Oh, yeah, that was an old movie. All right, so,
Never mind.
okay. All right, I'm going to get ready and end this live with YouTube. I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful week. Remember to come back tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and we will have some more for you. And I hope you join me then. And don't forget, on Sunday morning is church at the Refuge. I go to the Refuge Church in Houston, Texas. So remember to come there if you do not have a home church, and I will see you there at 10:30 a.m. All right, you guys have a blessed and wonderful time, and I will see you.